guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've done a custom pony, so I've decided to do a Heath Burns one today, and I'm going to be using a designer pony, and I'm going to be using Fluttershy. And here she is up close, and the reason I chose Fluttershy is because she's already yellow and she matches Heath's skin tone perfectly. Right, so let's go ahead and get started, and the first thing I'm going to do is remove her from the box, and then I'm going to be using this paintbrush cleaner. And I'm going to use that to remove all the decals from her body. To remove the decals, I'm going to be using this paintbrush cleaner. You can also use nail polish remover. It doesn't work as well. This product is ideal, and you can use any type of brand is fine, and you can pick this up from your local department store. I do recommend using this outside though, because it is really strong smelling and it can actually cause headaches. And if you are underage, make sure a parent or guardian does this for you. So basically what I do is just get a cotton bud and dip it into the solution, and then just rub it over the decals and watch them disappear. That paintbrush cleaner is really strong, so I'm just going to get rid of the smell by lighting one of these scented candles, and these ones are really cool because they change colour when you light them, and I'll just show you that. And as you can see, it's going from blue to green to orange, purple, so I'll just put that there to get rid of that smell. In the next step, I'm just going to give her a bit of a haircut, and I'm going to remove her mane. It's just glued on, so it just easily pulls off. Later on, I'm going to be using this clay to recreate the hair, but in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and paint her tail. And for that, I'm going to be using this Reeves acrylic paint, and I'm going to be using red, orange, and yellow. So I'm going to start off by using the red paint as the main base, and I've just put a little bit there in my dish, so I'm going to go ahead now and paint the entire tail in the red. Now that the main base is dried, I'm going to go ahead and give it another coat in the red just to give it a better cover. And while the top coat is still wet, I'm going to get my orange paint and I'm just going to blend in some highlights. While I'm waiting for the paint to dry on the tail, I've just gone ahead and mixed up my paint colour for the wings, and I'm using the same body colour, so what I've done is just use the white and yellow together, and I've just added a bit of yellow into the white and just keep mixing it until I got the right consistency. So I'll go ahead and start painting the wings, and what I'm going to do is just basically gradiate them out on each of the wings. I've just finished painting the wings, and what I've also done is just add a little bit of white on the end and just blended that in. And on the insides I've just painted them a plain yellow. The next step is to make the hair, and as mentioned earlier I'm going to be using this modelling clay, so I've just taken a piece out of the packet and rolled it into a ball. And now I'm just going to place it on top of his head and then sort of mould it into place. To achieve straight lines around the edges, I'm just going to be using a standard bread and butter knife, and I'm just going to cut around the edges like so into a V shape. Once you're happy with the shape at the front, you can go ahead and do the same at the back. To help smooth out the clay more easily, just dip your finger in a cup of water and then just rub it onto the clay and then just sort of pat it down. Next I'm going to create the second layer, which is this piece here. So again, get another piece of clay and roll it into a ball, and then you just want to flatten it out, and then you just want to mould it into the shape of his hair. So at the top there we just want a point, and again you can use your knife if you need to cut it. I've also just made a little ridge going up the centre, and to do that I've just pinched the clay together and just gone all the way out like so. And once you're happy with the shape, you can go ahead and place it on his head. And now I'm going to go ahead and mould the front pieces, and I'm going to use the same technique as I did with the back piece. And here's the piece I've made for the front, and it's kind of like in a leaf shape, and again I've just made that ridge going down the centre, and I'm just going to use a bit of water just to smooth it out. And once you're happy with the effect, just go ahead and place it on the front. Now that I'm happy with the placement, what I'm going to do is start blending, and to do that I'm going to use my water and just dip my finger in, and you just basically want to smooth all the edges out like we did previously and make sure they all blend in nicely together like that. So I'll continue doing this and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've just finished moulding and styling the pieces into place, and I've also just added just a little piece in here as well. And what I'm going to do now is just get some more clay, and I'm just going to start on the back. So I'm just going to start doing all these spikes there on the back. And here's the last piece I'm going to use for the back of the head. So I'm just going to cut the bottom off to look like a triangle. And I'm just going to place it on the back like that, and just get my knife and start blending it in. Now that the hair is styled the way I like it, I just have to sit back and wait for the clay to dry. While I'm waiting for the clay to dry, I'm going to go ahead now and make his marshmallows on a stick. To make this you're going to need some type of stick, so I'm going to be using this kebab stick which I picked up from my supermarket, and I'm just going to go ahead now and paint it red. To make the marshmallows, get 2 pieces of clay and roll them into a cylinder shape. And once you're happy with your shape, just thread it through onto the kebab stick. To give the marshmallow a melting effect, get a paper clip and fold it out. And with the smaller end, just twist it in. And you can just do them all different sizes. Now that the clay is dry, I'm going to go ahead and paint these white, and if you want to speed up the process of drying the clay, just use a hairdryer. Once the paint's dried on the marshmallows, we can cut the stick to length, so I'm going to cut it to about there with my scissors. The clay is now dry enough to paint, and I'm going to use the same technique as I did with the tail, so I'm going to give it 2 coats of red, and then I'm going to do orange highlights. Okay guys, that comes the end of my Heath Burns themed pony tutorial, and as a finishing touch I've just used a red felt marker and coloured in his eyes, and I've also just put orange highlights in his hair, and I'll just give you a view of the back of his hair as well. So that comes to the end guys, and I hope you enjoy making it, and please remember to share my videos, follow me on Facebook and Instagram and the link in the description below. Love you guys, and I look forward to seeing you same place, same time tomorrow.